Hey, it is day two of my good life or the good things. Actually, I forgot what the tagline is. It's the good parts. I apologize. I should have known that, but I'm kind of excited. This is a daily video blog, so to speak, where I'm sharing the good parts of what I am finding in my life and just sharing them with you on YouTube. I am taking this video and posting it also on Facebook. Now there are ways to do both at the same time, but I'll work into that. But it's exciting. I've kind of mastered a lot of things on YouTube, but I've never have a ongoing live channel blog, so to speak, where I'm actually speaking every day. So it's actually good. Typically, I do a lot of research on a topic, and I kind of specialize. I keyword research, and I do all these fun things to make my videos, and they do well because they rank well because I've really specifically researched the topic. Now, this is going to be ongoing. So, the value of this way is I have a playlist. You can find that down below. You can also go to chaseswift.com forward slash the good thing. Let's see, the good parts, pardon me. And so you'll also see that. I'm going to get that better in memory, obviously. So, anyway, what has happened since the first one yesterday is that I made this commitment. I have a good friend and a bunch of other basically freedom entrepreneurs or freedom crusaders, if you will. And we're all kind of stepping up to this challenge and doing some form of video because video is huge. Paul mentioned in one of these sessions that I attend every day with him that video is accounting for 80% of video traffic now. Now, YouTube has been going on for a long time, and but Facebook has video, and there's TikTok, and everything has video. And what do you find yourself doing most of? Kind of watching videos. And so here's my chance to participate in that way. Also share some value, some tips, and just get out there. And the value of this is that there will be some people go, wow, this is interesting. This is great. This is a good idea. I could do the same. So if you ever need help and tips and how to do these types of live calls and live recordings, let me know. I'd be glad to help you. It's really quite easy. I happen to be doing this on my laptop. I just went to YouTube and I went up in the top right and said go live. Basically put some details into the description and a little bit of information. Then I clicked the button and now I'm going live. So let's get to the topic of today's really benefit, and that is as I was going through yesterday and into last night, I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? So, what was happening was I started paying attention to the good parts. What are the good things that are happening to me? Because I'm going to need to talk about this right now. And so, I had a friend early this morning. I had several good ideas, and I'm actually going to start journaling them. I've never been a journaler. It's almost painful to actually do it, but now I have a purpose because I don't want to forget a good part of my life. And I may do it on probably do it on my phone. So I can just jot it down and say, this happened. That'll remind me to talk about it in the next episode. Okay. So this happened this morning. A very dear friend contacted me, and he's like many people, short on funds, has a car in the shop, and it's more than he has money for. So he's in a pickle, and that's actually what he said. So friends try to help friends out. Of course, I get that, not a problem. He asked me for some financial help, and I'm like, boy, I'm not in the exact same spot because I don't have a car in the shop that I can't afford to pay for, but things are tight. It's probably been as tight as it's ever been. Also, I should say that I'm actually seeing some income increase in my businesses. So that's filling in the void, and that's a good thing. So back to the topic is I want to share what I've been trying to do. I learned this from Dave Ramsey, and some of you know Dave Ramsey has a great radio talk show. He has a YouTube channel, and I put the video that he speaks about in this description down below. So one of the things he talks about is to be financially savvy and prepared and all is to have an emergency fund. Now, this is not going to help my friend that needs help today, and I'm going to work on some ideas and try to help him out because I'm going to do that. I'm going to help, but the idea is to be prepared. And I remember this analogy. I don't know why that I heard it from Dave Ramsey or whatever, but we know that it's probably in the next year going to rain, going to snow, going to be cold, going to be hot, whatever. It's something about the weather is going to change. And we just don't know when. And so you need to be prepared for that because you know it's coming. Well, the analogy is there's going to be an emergency. There's going to be something that's going to happen. Just life happens, and there's going to be a car repair or a medical accident or something that's going to come into your life. So don't know when, but it is going to happen, and it could be minor. And Dave Ramsey says typically things over $500 kind of throw people into the ditch, so they don't have that. They're caught off guard. It tends to be an emergency, and it tends to back you up more, kind of put you behind the eight ball in a way, and that's even worse. And so my advice today, the financial benefit is to try and get ahead of that time, to start preparing for something that's going to happen. It does happen. It's like the weather. The weather's gonna change. Don't know when, but it will change. So that kind of helps me understand it. So the idea is having an emergency fund, and typically, what Dave Ramsey recommends is having 500 to $1,000 and in a savings account. You could keep it as cash, I guess, maybe under your mattress, but you want to have $500 to $1,000 in a very easy, accessible. In other words, you go to the bank, you make a withdrawal, you go to the ATM, you make a withdrawal, something quick so that you can respond to an emergency financially and not get thrown backwards further in more debt or just stress or all these things. I know Dave Ramsey talked about vehicles needing repairs and how they had this emergency fund and they didn't like paying it. Of course, no one does. You hate these things. And I've had flats and batteries and all sorts of engine troubles over the years. So this does happen. Vehicles are actually expensive and they do break down. But if you have the funds, you can just use your debit card and say, here, I have it. You can move funds, whatever you need to do, you can get cash out, you can pay for that. It doesn't solve the immediate problem. And the immediate problem is hard for that situation. I mean, you're going to have to get resourceful. I recommended to my friend that maybe he look for a credit card that has a low interest, and you can put that charge on the card and then pay it off over time. Because he kind of asked me for the same thing. Could you loan me some money and I'll pay you back over time? So he came back and said, yeah, I've already tried that. So that puts you into another challenge because if you're not prepared for an emergency, it's going to set you back even further. Okay. Now, I've been talking about financial things. I'm not going to always refer to my online business, but I do have a fantastic, and I mean fantastic because it's affordable and it's just littered with principles that are really good. So when I mean principles like telling the truth, not overdoing, not overhyping things, learning real skills, being in a community that actually helps people succeed. So I could go on and on and on. You'll probably find a link. I'll put a link in the description that talks about, I'll say, the $25 business. And so that is not the purpose of today. Today was the purpose of sharing the good parts of my life. Tomorrow I'll be here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to take the weekends off. That's a good thing to do. So Monday through Friday, I'll be doing this video blog, so to speak. And tomorrow I have another good part to share. And so with that, I want to just recognize my good friend, Paul Hutchings. I put his video from day 2 in this video. He beat me. He does it earlier than I do. I'm not quite as chipper and ready to go earlier in the morning. It takes me a little time to get going. Anyway, I'm doing this. I realize not a lot of people are going to watch it up front. That's okay. YouTube will record it as a YouTube in a playlist. And so I have a listing of all the videos I'm doing. This will be day 2, and you can find those. You can go back to them. You can review them. You can, if you miss one, you can go back or whatever. YouTube is fantastic for that. You can create a playlist. So I'm going to have the good parts playlist, and there's a link down below, or you can just go to chaseswift.com/the good parts. Okay. So that's part of my business too. And actually, I can save links and stuff like that to link them to YouTube things and such. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this episode. They are going to get better, but my mind is kind of attuned to looking for the good parts so I can share them. And maybe that's going to resonate with you. Maybe you'll feel confident enough to join this challenge. It is a challenge. And we can use the hashtag good parts challenge. So that'll be a hashtag down below, and you can click out and see other people in this community doing the same thing. Sometimes they're beginners, sometimes they're old pros, and we welcome everybody that really wants to share the good parts of their life. So thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm looking forward to sharing more good parts of my life. Thanks, and have a great day, and always go for your dreams. We'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye for now.